Hi everyone, my name is Sebinaah and I'm a digital content creator. Today I'm partnering up with Starling to talk to you guys about their Starling Helped Me campaign because Starling actually helped me set up my new business. This is the first time I'm announcing this publicly, but next month I am launching my new business, and thanks to Starling I was able to save money that I was spending in the wrong places and invest it into something new, which I'm really excited about. So today I'll be talking to you about how I managed to save the money and why I love Starling Bank and the Starling app. So I wanted to start up my own jewellery business for a while now, but I was a bit anxious about investing money into something and taking a risk. But with Starling Bank, what I've been able to do is look at my finances, manage them a lot better, and be able to save a little bit extra without really realising that I'm saving it, because I'm just being a lot more sensible with my money. And then I've been able to use those savings to set up a new business. My parents actually gave me really good money management advice when I was little, and from a young age I've always used spreadsheets, and whether they're on the computer or on the notebook, I've kind of always kept a log of what's coming in, what's going out, and where I'm spending it. The problem is that in 2020, when we're paying for everything via card and you're not really physically exchanging money, sometimes it can take a while for your brain to acknowledge what you've actually spent, which is why I love that every time I spend even one penny, I get a notification straight away on my phone that this is the funds that have gone out of your account, or these are the funds that have come into your account if anybody's transferred me money. That constant update makes me more aware of what I'm spending, rather than going home at the end of a long shopping trip and being like, oh, I spent double what I was supposed to. Because, you know, where I normally, when I was younger, go out with cash, and once the cash runs out, that's it. When you've got your card with you, sometimes it can be tap, 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 and be a little bit endless. That's why I love the Starling app, and that's how I managed to save money. So I'm going to show it to you here on the screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing on my phone. But in the Starling app, you can create spaces. Now these spaces are traditionally for goals, for things that you're saving for. So they were designed, for example, if you want to go on holiday in August, then maybe in January you can start setting aside a couple of £100 from your salary every month, and then by August you have enough money to book the holiday for whenever you want. What I decided to do with spaces was actually to use different spaces as different budget pots. So where on my spreadsheet normally I would have like rent or mortgage, bills, phone bill, house bills, car expenses, kids stuff for the kids, food shopping, where I'd have all of those little one-liners explaining what my budget was for the month, and then I would never actually go back and put in what I've spent or what I've overspent. What I can do on the Starling app is create spaces. Once you transfer money to a space in the app, it comes out of the main account. It still sits in your bank account, but it's not part of the main pot where your direct debits might be coming out of. And that way it is slightly more secure, because you know it's saved and there's no risk of you spending it. So if you are out shopping and you don't realise how much you're spending, anything that's in the spaces won't get spent. Now what I do when I'm out is, if, for example, we're going to have a meal, I will have a separate space for eating out. At the beginning of the month, I will transfer, for example, £200 into that space. Then every time we go out to eat, I will transfer the money back and say, okay, my budget for today is £25 for the meal. I'll transfer that back over. That means I'm not overspending for that meal, but I'm also not overspending for the whole month, because by the time we get to the end of the month, if I've got no money left, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna take it out of any of the other pots. If that's what I've budgeted myself for the month, that's what I need to stick to. And traditionally that was very hard, because all my money was, you know, in my account and I could just spend it how I wanted it. But when it's transferred into pots like that, and I can physically see exactly how much I'm spending as I go along, it just makes managing money so much easier. It's like having my spreadsheet with me wherever I go. And it's really helped me to analyse where I'm overspending and rein that in. So a few months ago, when I first started working with Starling and I realised that they had these spaces and they were for goals rather than for budgets, they were designed to be used slightly differently to how I'm using them. So originally I made a goal for the jewellery business, and then what I would do is every month I promised myself I would transfer a little bit in there. So whether it takes 6 months, whether it takes a year, whether it takes a few years, I will get there eventually. What happened was, obviously with COVID and with everybody being in lockdown and being at home, I was suddenly saving a lot of money on travel. My train ticket into London, peak time, costs me over £30 if I'm going in a few times a week. That's a lot of money by the end of the month. So I was like, instead of now wasting that money on something else, I'm gonna tell myself I'm still spending it. I wasn't used to having it before, so I won't miss it, but I will put it in the jewellery pot. And I did that for a lot of things that, you know, life changed so suddenly, and a lot of expenses that I didn't have. Instead of putting that in a savings account, or instead of spending that on something else, I put it in my jewellery pot. The Starling app in itself has really helped me to manage my money better, and in turn managed to help me start up my own new business. The app is so easy and so simple to use. I get notification when money is coming in, and it's really easy to put money in. I can just transfer it from my normal bank account. I can transfer my salary over, or I can go to a post office and pop cash in there. And whenever money goes out, I get instant notification as to what's gone out as well. Now in the app itself, you can see exactly what you've spent, and you can have it broken down by merchants. You get a summary each month of what's come in, what's gone out. I just think all of that data and all of that info saves a lot of work for me for stuff, normally I don't have the time to sit there and be like, okay, this has come in, this has gone out. And because I don't have time to do that, I don't know where I'm spending money irresponsibly, or like sometimes you just don't think, and you do something for the convenience of it, and then afterwards you're like, well, that was a waste of money. But because I'm getting these instant notifications, and because I'm getting an instant snapshot of exactly everything that's going on with my finances, it just makes it so much easier to manage. I think in 2020, as consumers and as society, we've reached a point where we only want to invest our time and our money into brands that are a reflection of our own values. I think we're all a lot more conscious about who we're supporting, where our money goes, and we want to make sure that businesses are making the right decisions. And I think that's why Starling stand out, because they are environmentally friendly. They're a paperless bank. Everything is kind of done online. The app has facial recognition. They're using high-tech technology and making it environmentally friendly so that everybody benefits from it. So many of Starling's values align with my own. You guys probably don't know this, but my background is in law. And as a law graduate and somebody who worked in the legal sector, I know that the traditional industries like law and like finance are not always the most diverse. They're not always the most equal when it comes to gender, and as a woman, and as a woman of colour, and as a woman in a scarf, these things are important to me. It's important that businesses are developing and are becoming more fair and equal. And if I want to support a brand or a business and I want to invest my money in it or save my money with them, they need to be fair and equal. And Starling have signed the Women in Finance Charter, which I think is amazing because it shows their commitment to gender equality in the workplace and in the finance sector. They themselves, as a business, are fair and equal and inclusive. And I think all of those things are really, really important to me. There are so many other benefits to having a Starling bank account that I could talk about, and I probably will in future. It's one of the reasons that I've become a long-term partner of the bank. I genuinely believe that they have really good values and ethics, and I believe that it's an amazing bank with an amazing app that really does help their customers. They help me to start up my own business and manage my finances better, and they could help you. Starling can help you save up for your own business or manage your own finances better, or buy your first home, or renovate your current home. And if you're going through financial difficulty at this time, because I know obviously it's been a very different time for lots of different people, and for some people it's been a great time, and for others it's been a real struggle and really difficult, maybe Starling can help you to manage your finances better and support your family better during this time. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. I just wanted to finish off by telling you guys that Starling actually won Best British Bank and Best Current Account for 3 years in a row. So it's not that I just love them, the stats speak for themselves. They are really an amazing bank.